What's the best Simpsons episode? Ouift, that question can start wars. Don't know the eps names, but I know the quotes. Your friends can call you Hoju. Marge, can you set the oven to cold? Lisa, does that mean you aren't going to eat ham, pork, bacon? Dad, they all come from the same animal. Yes, Lisa, a wonderful magical animal. These goggles, they do nothing. It tastes like burning. I choose you, and there's a picture of a train. Sarah, Ralphie, it's me, Chief Wiggum. Johnny Tight Lips, are you it? I ain't saying nothing. What should we tell the doctor? Tell him go suck a lemon. Last exit to Springfield. It is just non-stop joke after joke, and nearly the whole episode is quotable. Dental plan. Where's my burrito? Now play classical guess. It was him. Let's get him, boys. Did you find the bathroom okay? Yes. These predate stainless steel so you can't get them wet. Let's look through the big book of British smiles. Just, if you haven't seen it for a while, go watch it. It is absolutely stacked with classic moments. She used to be my girl, when Lisa is inspired by Marge's old school newspaper chum, now a famous reporter. Just because it's one of very few episodes where the tension is between Marge and Lisa being inspired to dream of a life as a journalist, and Marge lamenting the life she might have had if she didn't get shackled to kids as a young adult. Marge versus the monorail. Or, Sideshow Bob's Last Gleaming. It has my two favorite lines ever. Homer and Marge, they didn't have any aspirin, so I got you some cigarettes. Grandpa Simpson in the portage on this elevator only goes to the basement, and someone made an awful mess down there. Last exit to many memes out of that episode. After all, negotiations make strange bedfellows. It was the best of times, it was a blurst of chimes. Dental needs braces. And so on and so forth. And Maggie makes 3. 6th season, episode 13. I have photos of my wife and 2 girls at work with a quote at the bottom. Do it for her, Homer Simpson. Makes my day feel more rewarding knowing it is all for them. Marge not be proud. Bart shoplifts Bonestorm and has to process the guilt of letting down his family. The jokes are hilarious and it's probably one of the most emotional and relatable episodes of the show. A truly underrated episode is the Springfield connection. When do we get the freaking guns? Homer using pepper spray on food, the whole poker game at the in-car hole, the counterfeit jeans, etc. Bart joins the Boy Scouts and goes on a river rafting trip. President Bush moving next across the road. And when Homer and Ned became best friends. My all-time fave 3. Lemon Tree was good. No one said king-size Homer, or Homer's phobia. 1 fish, 2 fish, blowfish, bluefish, deep space Homer. OMG, I almost forgot, Trash of the Titans. Or Homer versus the 18th Amendment. I love Lisa, it had to be the most funniest, heartwarming and iconic and most quotable episode. I really love the earlier seasons of The Simpsons, they were charming and the best. Treehouse of Horror episodes. I only watch those nowadays, haven't seen the regular Simpsons episodes in years, I only care for the Treehouse ones. Can't stand Marge's Inslee voice. Not the most common answer, but my personal favorite is Bart's comment from season 6. Tons of great jokes, great plot, tons of heart. Just everything I love about The Simpsons. Who shot Mr. Burns? One of the funniest episodes of television ever written, and with an actual solvable mystery at its center. It should have been movie length in my opinion. Who shot Mr. Burns? Because it has every character at their most. Mr. Burns at his evilest, Lisa at her nosiest, Homer at his most idiotically so forth. Season 13, Episode 16, Weekend at Burnsies. Homer gets a medical marijuana prescription and it's a classic. We have a kitchen? Smiley face. The Halloween episode with the shining spoof, the toaster that travels through time, and the bit where the teachers start eating the students. Absolutely flawless. I quite like the trampoline episode, also the water park episode when they all ended up in theme park jail. Unless that was at Itchy and Scratchy Land, Cape Fear, Itchy, and Scratchy Land, you only move twice. It's him, that's it. Other eps are good, some might even say great, but those 3 are the best. Marge v Monorail is 1. The Marvelous Journey of Homer Guatemala and Insanity Peppers is 2. The real question is what the 3rd best episode is. Steamed hams. A lot of iconic Simpsons moments from a lot of episodes, of course, but the entire Aurora Borealis sequence is a masterpiece. Hurricane Eddie. Do I hear the sound of butting in? It's gotta be little Lisa Simpson, Springfield's answer to a question no one asked. Lisa the vegetarian. All my favorite quotes always seem to be from this episode. It's like some kind of wonderful, Magical episode. It might interest you to know that Marge Simpson is pregnant, again. Oh, we won't tell. Homer. Gotta go. I married Marge. Whacking day. Inside everyone is a battle between good and evil that can never be resolved. I am evil Homer, I am evil Homer. Bart After Dark, with Belle running the Mason derriere. Lady, I have been seriously misinformed about which is pure gold. Don't you know dignity when you see it? What smells like mustard? There sure is a lot of ugly people in your neighborhood. Gonna have to go with Krusty Gets Cancelled. It gave us wonderful joy that was Alphonse as well as worker Parasite who shot Mr. Burns. I remember the hype around it being the only two-part episode ever. That and it's loaded with jokes. Season 5, Episode 7 Bart's inner child is the correct and only answer. That's the last we'll see of Mr. Trampoline. Mr. Simpson, this machine behind me processes over 6 IRS returns a day. Did you really think you could fool it? Cape Fear when Sideshow Bob is released and threatens to kill Bart, putting the family into witness protection. The Frank Grimes episode was great and so was the Treehouse of Horror episode where they parody The Shining. Gotta be Last Exit for me. Every time I watch it, it surprises me how many iconic quotes are packed into it. Homer no bear and no TV make Homer something something. Marge go crazy? Homer don't mind if I do. Lisa's first word is right up there. Being a nude at Maggie's did at the end gets me every time. The one with the Planet of the Apes musical. I hate every ape I see, from chimpanzee to chimpanzee. The Frogurt is also cursed. I haven't seen this episode in years, but I loved it as a kid. Not a whole episode, but Treehouse of Horror Minnesota with the toaster time machine. I'd give There Could Ever Be a Real Best, but Marge Gets a Job is high on my list. The one where Bart sets up all the loudspeakers together and goes testing. The one where he goes to work with Hank Scorpio. So many hammock stores. Weekend at Burnsies'. Strong Arms of the Maw also has some decent jokes. For me, it's 100 Cape Fear, Sideshow Bob. So many laughs in that one. El Viaje Misterioso in Westro Jomer, The Mysterious Voyage of Homer. Episode 16 Bart Testing Megaphones. Never laughed this hard before. Can't believe no one said the episode where Homer gets Snake's hair. Cape Fear, the one where Sideshow Bob keeps stepping on the rakes. The episode where Homer fights George Bush Sr. is pretty great. How the heck has no one said A Star is Burns? Ah, Mike Roy. Marge vs. the Monorail. Written by none other than Conan O'Brien. The Radioactive Man episode. My eyes, Z goggles they do nothing. Boy Scouts in the Hood. The most quotable episode of all time. Homer's Enemy. I prefer the Sherry Bobbins episode. The X-Files episode where the alien turns out to be Mr. Burns. When Dr. Hibbert discovers a Crayola stuck in Homer's brain. The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace. AKA Homer the Inventor. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. Behind the Laughter. Or anything featuring Joy McClure. The Dam Building one with Sideshow Bob and his brother. I'm surprised no one has said us 207009 Barthood yet. Any episode with Sideshow Bob leaves me in stitches.